Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, we are doing the Motorway range test in the Skoda Enyaq Coupe vRS. So this is the Coupe version of the Enyaq and also the performance version, vRS, with dual electric motors, four-wheel drive and the big battery pack, 80 kilowatt hours gross capacity in this pack. So today we're going to find out just how far this car can go on a full charged battery on the motorway at motorway speeds. And then at the end of the video, we're going to put this car into a chart and see how it actually compares against, well, the normal version with four-wheel drive and also, the SUV body style of the Enyaq and the other competition in its class. And then we're going to go back here, connect to a charger and see how it actually performs, charging wise after a few hours on the road. And keen viewers may have seen that we are actually at a new location, and that is because we have a brand new sponsor here on the channel called Recharge. So we're going to start here from now on with these tests. We're about 20 kilometers north of our old test, and that is very good for a few reasons. So the first reason is that we are now starting directly in the 110 kilometer an hour zone. The old location, we had a little bit of stretch, going from the charger, and then before we came back to the charger with 100 kilometers an hour speed limit. So we will actually have a little bit higher average speed on this test, which should be relevant to more viewers around the world, because some people are complaining about low speed limits here in Norway, but unfortunately guys, I cannot break the speed limit. I have to go the speed limit. And also another reason is that we are now just north of the airport, meaning we have less traffic. So coming to here, half an hour ago there was a lot of traffic, but once we get past the airport, one exit down, there's a lot less traffic. That means also we can keep that higher average speed, making this test more relevant to people. So just quickly, Recharge is the largest provider of lightning fast and rapid charging in the Nordic countries, in Norway, Sweden and Finland. They have 2,600 chargers which have speeds above 50 kilowatts, and I mean that is just completely bonkers. 2,600. So it is so cool to be working with those guys. And what is also cool with them is that they don't actually have a charging app, because their philosophy is that they're going to provide the chargers, and you as the customer, you can choose from a whole bunch of different charging apps, and most of them will work with the Recharge charger. So if you try your charger from Bilkraft, or maybe your app from Fortum, they will actually work with these chargers. So that is pretty awesome. So guys, just quickly before we set off, and I do apologize for the lengthy intro, but I want to introduce you guys to the new route before we set off. I've done this route once before in the Polestar 2 long range single motor, but a lot of people may have not seen that video yet. So this route is 216 kilometers. It's a little bit shorter than the old route. We're going a little bit more further north to Moelv and then back again, 216 kilometers, as I said. So we are currently at 94% state of charge. I think we're going to disconnect now because we have plenty of juice to go there and get back, and I'll see you guys on the road. We are off Oscar Mike, and we've been on the road for 16 minutes now. And as I said in the first video I did on this new route, we'll have to see if we do our first update a little bit later, because since we started 20 kilometers further south, I think it was half an hour before we were here at our first checkpoint, which is the Minnesundbrua over the Mjøsa. But what is nice here is the windsock, because I like to have these cues and clues everywhere to, well, the windsock actually looked destroyed. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, I like these cues and clues to remind me of what to talk about, because I do not have the best memory, guys, and sometimes when I forget to say something, or I don't mention something in the video, is because I forget it. But okay, we can see the Mjøsa here to our left, and it looks to be quite calm. And according to the wind map, we do have a tailwind in the northbound direction, which is the direction we are heading now, of about 3 to 4 meters per second, or maybe like 2 to 3 to 4, depends on where we are on this route. And also outside temperature now is 11.5 degrees Celsius. When we started at the chargers, it was 12 degrees Celsius. We are at the end of September here in southern and eastern Norway. That means it's quickly going to get a little bit colder, and maybe the weather's going to get a little bit more unstable, but it should still stay quite mild. maybe a month, and then maybe like November, December, it's gonna start getting cold. We could get snow. You know, the transition from summer to winter here in Eastern Norway is relatively quick, in my opinion. That's because I am from Western Norway, and in Western Norway we seldom have below 0 Celsius temperatures. It's mostly very mild. Like when it's 5 degrees there, it's winter. When it's 5 degrees here, it's fall. So yeah, it's something I still am getting used to. But okay, guys, we are here at the checkpoint not to talk about weather, but to talk about the consumption, and that is 19.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers after about 32 kilometers, and that is not bad at all. That is actually quite impressive. This car being on 21-inch wheels, which are staggered 235 45s in front, I think, and 255 40s in the rear. But there is a little bit of road noise in this car, more than I remember from previous, Enyaqs I've driven, and that is because this is on the Bridgestone Turanzas, which in my experience are more noisy than, well, other tires like Hankooks and Michelins and Continentals I've driven these cars on before. But okay, guys, that is enough of the update. We're gonna head on out, and I'll catch up with you once we get to Mjøs Tower. I think we're gonna just do a quick update there, wave at the Mjøs Tower, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. We're now approaching our old turnaround point, and that is here at Brumunddal, or at the Mjøs Tower, Mjøstårnet, this large wooden building on our left side here, which is constructed completely out of wood and glass, and it is pretty awesome. I talked about it a million times in just about every motorway range test. But this is our old exit, and now we are going to head about, let's see, how far is it? It's 14 kilometers north from this point. And consumption update, 19.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Not bad at all. That's actually very good considering, this size of vehicle. And we are on 21-inch wheels. But I do feel a little bit of wind towards the windscreen. So do we have like a crosswind now or a headwind? I'm not sure. But guys, we're going to continue on now. 14 kilometers and talk to you at the, well, turnaround point. Okay, guys, we are now at our new turnaround point, exit 76, and this is where the E6 motorway ends northbound, but they are building it further north. Should be, done constructing in a few years. They have to build a bridge over here, over the Mjøsa, and maybe in a few years we can extend it another, I think they're going to build it like 40 kilometers more, or 80, something like that. But until then, guys, this is our new route, and this is where it ends by the Shell station here in Moelv. And then, like our old turnaround point, we are going to exit the motorway, go below it like this, and then enter it on the southbound ramp, which is, yeah, this one over here. I was just looking to my right because that woman in that Jeep didn't look like she was holding her lane, but she was holding her lane, so good for her. So yeah, we are now on the southbound ramp, and consumption check, guys, 19.4 again. We were down to 19.3 at the bottom of the ramp here, and yeah, looking good. And I have to say, guys, we are running in eco mode also. I forgot to say that to you guys earlier. But yeah, we're gonna head back towards our start point now, and I'll catch up with you guys once we get back to, well, the recharge chargers at Gardermoen. We're now back at our starting point, which is of course also our end point, and this is exit, what is this, 49, 51? Oh, I'm not sure. And then last time we went further straight to the roundabout, but we can take off here, and we have the chargers right over there. So before we do that, let's go ahead and stop at the timer there, 1 minute 52, and consumption 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, 20.8. So yeah, it has risen, but I have to say, guys, that is not bad considering it's 13.5 degrees, so 14 degrees Celsius outside, and this is an SUV style vehicle on 21-inch wheels. So let's go ahead, connect here to this charger, and then let's see what kind of charging speed we get after, yeah, almost 2 hours on the road. And then we have to the charging port on the right side. So let's park like this. You guys get to take a quick look at the 360 camera here. And there we go. So since the Enyaq doesn't have a kilowatt readout, we're now going to stand next to the charger here and see what kind of charging speed we do get. It is connected, as I said. We have the port on the rear right side of the car. And yeah, quickly, this car is one of the quickest to initialize charging. Oh guys, I fell down. Woo-hoo. This is one of the quickest cars to initialize charging, and we are 35% state of charge connected here, and we are charging after, I don't know, less than 30 seconds. But we're only getting 83 kilowatts. And the reason I fell, guys, is that there's a step here and I lost my balance. So yeah, me not on the crutches trying to stand here is not always the best thing. But okay, that is quite interesting. And I do apologize, guys, for the noise. And why is my camera struggling so much to focus? 82 kilowatts. This car can peak at, and now we have a helicopter here, my God. That's a Seeking helicopter above head. Let's see if I can stand here. I do apologize, guys, but okay. We're only getting 81 kilowatts at 36%. I think this battery pack should peak at 125, maybe 135. Some people have seen with this battery pack. So that is actually quite disappointing. I've had better experience with the MEB platform cars with the big battery pack, the 80 kilowatt hour gross battery pack version. Is it because the battery is too cold? Because it's only, well, 14 degrees Celsius outside, but we have been on the road for almost 2 hours. If I remember correctly, this should peak at above 100 kilowatts, up to like 50%, but maybe I'm mistaken, guys. Before we end today's video, let's take a look at the battery pack size, the consumption, and then calculate theoretical range. But before we do that, I did take a look at a charging test I did with the normal Enyaq last year, the IV80, same battery pack, and it did charge up to 100 kilowatts at almost 50%, like 47%, and at around 30%, 35%, it should be charging at like 150 and 120 kilowatts. And it shouldn't be charging as slow as 80 kilowatts before you're above 60%. So that is disappointing. I was expecting more from this battery pack in the MEB platform cars, because these have been one of the most solid, cars to charge even when it's cold. And I even navigated to this charger because, this car doesn't have preheating. So it's no danger, navigating to this charger, because it's not going to, preheat the battery and then raise the consumption, because I'm trying to eke out as much range as possible with these cars. But, either way, it didn't help at least. So yeah, I don't know why, because 13 degrees Celsius isn't that cold, and especially driving several hours on the road. So yeah, I don't know. But okay, guys, let's take a look at the battery pack size and the consumption. So this car has a gross battery capacity at 80 kilowatt hours, as I've said, but the net capacity is 77 kilowatt hours, the available capacity. So we take that number divided by today's consumption, which is 20.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and then we subtract about 3% in heat loss. We get a theoretical range under today's conditions of 359 kilometers, putting it really high on the board and giving it 1 kilometer better range than the car we did last time, which was the Polestar 2 long range single motor. And I have to say, guys, considering this package, that this is a larger vehicle than that Polestar, I think you have about the same ground clearance, or maybe even a little bit more here. You have, a taller cockpit, the car is higher, and overall it is a bigger car with bigger wheels. This is on 21-inch wheels. I have to say that is quite impressive. And then also this has dual motors. That was only a single motor. So, all in all, yeah, that is not too bad. Getting 359 kilometers in the real world, a real world range on the motorway. And guys, I say the speed limit is 110 kilometers an hour, but if you look at the average speed and you know how much there is an error in the speedometer. You can infer from that probably the actual speed I am driving, which should be relevant to more drivers in Europe, but I'm only going 110 kilometers an hour, guys. So let me know in the comment section down below if you have an Enyaq on order, if you have a normal or a coupe one. Seems like this, you know, the coupe having that more aerodynamic shape, yeah, really pays off. So I am impressed by this car. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.